What up, everybody? This unscripted wrestling, unscripted sports show, episode 12 or 13. I'm your host, Manny. I'm with my brother Chris. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. We're here to talk about NFL Week 5. Wow, Week 5 already. There's some bye week teams with bye weeks this week. I'll put that on the screen. And so the one bye week team is our Eagles. I think they need it. um, I didn't see any of the game, so I'll let Chris talk about that one. Um,
Yeah.
who,
I mean, we caught it last week. It was a
huh?
we caught it last week. It was going to be a letdown game for us. So, Eagles look terrible as expected. So, hopefully this gets Nick Sirianni fired. I don't think it will, but we'll see.
Yep. Uh, Chris, you went 7-1 this week.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, you did a great job. Wow. The only one you got wrong with the Dolphins. talk about a disaster of a team. Oh, we lost Chris for a second. Um, oh, here we go.
Can you hear me?
He's
Sorry, I
back.
got kicked out.
Yeah. Yeah, he's back. Yeah, Chris went 7-1, and of course, the only one he lost was the Dolphins. Talk about a disaster, Chris.
Yeah, I thought they would at least win on the road on at home, uh, but they just look like
I actually feel bad because you could
horrible
see
team
two
right
on
now.
on the sidelines just wanting to play. I feel bad for the guy.
Yeah, me too.
He's been through so much in his career, from Alabama to being benched in Alabama. No, was he benched for?
No,
Was
that was
that
John
him
Hurts.
being benched for Jalen Hurts?
That was John Hurts that got benched.
Oh no, Jalen Hurts got benched and he came in. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, Yeah, from Bama, winning national championship in Bama to getting drafted by Miami, having all these, I think it's fourth or fifth concussion already. It's rough. You never want to see that with a player, especially quarterback, because there's been history of um, quarterbacks with injuries like that. Steve Young, Troy Aikman. But yeah, it's rough for Miami. I feel bad for them. I really thought they were going to be better. But you could see the frustration on Tyreek Hill, too. I'm not a
Yeah.
huge Tyreek Hill fan, but um, I feel bad for him too. I went 6-2, so we both did
Nice.
good. Um, we'll recap. Let's see. Recap it real quick. The Cowboys won fairly. I wouldn't say easily, but they won. Um, wait, hold Cowboys won. Um, it was an okay game. Uh, and then the Vikings won. Did you catch any of the Cowboys game when you got home?
Yeah. Yeah, I watched it. It was closer than I thought it would be, but yeah, the Cowboys pulled it off.
And then the Vikings and Packers. This kind of surprised me. I thought the Packers were gonna win. Jordan Love came back. Yeah, he had 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Vikings look good. They go in there and win a divisional game. That's always tough to win a road divisional game, but they did. So they look impressive to me.
Yeah.
You didn't catch any of that. And then we already talked about the Eagles. They lost. We both had that right. That was I heard a lot of things. It was bad. So, and you already said everything that needed to be said. They need to get their shit together. Hopefully, this bye week will wake them up. And I don't like an early bye week, but this might be what they needed. I don't know.
Yeah.
because we have both our receivers are injured, so it kind of comes at a perfect time.
Yeah, it's that bad.
Against the Browns. And Steelers and Colts. We both had this right. This was a letdown spot for letdown, but this was a spot where the Steelers would lose. They were underperforming. Steelers are still a good team, probably the second best team in that division right now. I would say behind Ravens. You could argue that they're probably better than Ravens at this point. I don't know. Maybe not.
Yeah,
After
I
what?
still like the Ravens. Ravens had a dominant win
Yeah,
on Sunday night.
yeah. They are 1-2 right now. Ravens and Steelers.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Colts won. It was a close game. Steelers almost came back and won, so they didn't win convincingly, but it was a good game. I mean, I didn't see
Yeah.
it, but yeah. Chiefs and Chargers. You had the Chiefs. I had the Chargers upsetting. I thought this was a spot where the Chargers were gonna Chiefs were gonna lose. Um, of course, I bet the Chargers first half because, as I said last week on the show, bet against the Chiefs in the first half and then bet them live at halftime. And that's what I exactly did. It's money. Right now, it's money. You bet against the Chiefs at halftime in the first half, especially because they're going to be always the favorite 9 out of 10 times. That's a good bet. Bet the whoever the Chiefs play, bet them in the first half. Because the Chiefs don't come out swinging in the first half. They're a second half team. They've always been a second half team. Yeah, and then bet them at halftime because most likely they'll be plus money, and that's why I got. I bet the Chiefs at plus money because even though I had the Chargers winning, I took a chance on the Chiefs because why not take a chance on a good team like the Chiefs and at plus money?
Hmm.
And then the Ravens and Bills. Not much to say about this because this was a dominant performance by the Ravens. We both saw this coming. The Bills were due for a letdown game. Not necessarily a letdown, but a bad game. Josh Allen been playing out of his mind. And they didn't lose because of Josh Allen. He actually had a decent game. The receivers couldn't catch the ball. There was one play where he threw it to Coleman and he dropped it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think they need to go out and maybe trade for Devontae Adams before the Jets do. I don't know if the Jets have any capital to trade for him, but Devontae Adams is apparently on the trade market. I think I heard.
Yeah, I saw that too.
So the Bills, I think, need to get Devontae Adams because I think Devontae Adams and Josh Allen that would be great. That would be great. I think that would propel the Bills to probably the second best team in the NFL. Because I think Devontae and Josh Allen would be good.
Yep, I agree.
I hope he goes to the Bills. I like Josh Allen, and I like the Bills, so I would like Josh Allen to have a receiver like him. I know he had Diggs, but Diggs is kind of a head case. I mean, Devontae can be a head case too, but. And then the two Monday nights, we talked about the Dolphins, so we don't need to talk about that disaster. And the Lions and Seahawks. That was a good game. The Seahawks wouldn't go away, and the Lions put them away in the fourth quarter. But it was a good game. There was some good action. It was a high scoring game, shootout by the Seahawks, who before this game didn't give up more than 14 points a game. So yeah, and the Seahawks I think are legit. I think they can give the Niners trouble in that division.
Yeah, Geno Smith looked really good.
Yeah, I like the Seahawks. Their defense is good. Geno Smith is proving that it's not a 1 year fluke. And of course, DK Metcalf is still one of the best receivers out there. People forget DK. He's still one of the best. So let's get to our Thursday night our picks. Our first pick, Thursday night football, Buccaneers and Falcons tomorrow night in Atlanta. Another divisional game. It seems like they put the divisional games on Thursday night. I think it's going to be a good game. I think both teams are good. You have the Bucks. I have the Falcons. I think being at home, the Falcons, I think it's going to win. I think the Falcons are good enough to stay with the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers are coming off a win against the Eagles. I think short week. I think this divisional game. I think the Falcons want to prove that they're probably they want to win this division too. So yeah, I think this division is a three team race.
Yeah, I agree.
And then you had the Buccaneers.
I had, yep, I had the Bucks. I think that, what was it? I think the Bucks have the Saints, next week? I think the Saints win that game. Hold on, let me check the schedules real quick.
Yeah,
Bucks schedule.
I forgot.
Bucks have the Saints next week at home. The Saints are coming off a back-to-back. Saints are coming off back-to-back road games, I think. So they're finally coming home. I think the Saints will win this game, but I think the Bucks take this game. So
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a good game. It's gonna be a close game. I forgot to put it there. So hold on. Need the Bucks. And then next game is the Vikings and Jets from London. This is a London game, 9:30 p.m. 9:30 p.m. 9:30 a.m. So make sure you check that out. It's in London, the first London game of the year. Vikings and Jets. You both have the Jets here. I think this is the spot where the Vikings lose their first game. Aaron Rodgers and the Jets need to win. They lost to the Broncos 10-9. They didn't look good. I mean, it was in the rain. Aaron Rodgers didn't look good. From what I heard. Yeah. So the Jets need to bounce back here. If they want to stay if they want to stay behind the Bills, they need to win this game. This is an important game for the Jets. I think this is a long trip for the Vikings. I mean, both teams is long, but I think this is where they lose.
yeah, I think the Vikings or the Jets losing to the Broncos last week pretty much solidified them bouncing back in this game. I think the Jets take this. I think the Jets are a playoff team. Vikings can afford to drop the game, so Jets will get back in the winning column here.
Exactly. And I mean, if the Vikings do win, then the Jets are in trouble.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we both have the Jets here.
Amazing how everyone said that Garrett Wilson was a top 5 wide receiver 2 weeks ago, and now they're complaining about him this week.
This is gonna hold on. Sorry. It's just gonna Wilson and Rodgers it's just gonna take time for them to get used to each other. Rodgers got injured in the first game of the season last year, so they don't have that chemistry. It's gonna take time. Now we have another divisional game here: Ravens and Bengals. The Bengals are 1-3, and the Ravens are 2-2. I have the Ravens here, and you have the Bengals. I haven't been impressed with the Bengals. They've been all right. I don't think they even played great against the Panthers. Um, Maybe they did. I mean, the score indicates they did, but I have the Ravens here. I know they're coming off an emotional win against the Bills, a big win, but I still haven't been impressed with the Bengals, so I don't know. I think the Bengals here is a good spot, but I've picked the Ravens.
Yeah, I had the Bengals. I think they grab one here, and they split the series.
Yeah, I mean, I could see the Bengals win. This game's always close, so I could very well see the Bengals winning. But it should be a good game. The next game here we have the Browns and the Washington Commanders. The 3-1 Washington Commanders. Who saw this coming? I mean, I had them getting in the playoffs at number 7 at the 7th seed as this last wild card. But Jalen Daniels is the real deal. Um, Washington is looking real good. Playing the Browns, who are 1-3. I have Washington here. Who did you have? I think you had Washington too, didn't you? Or no? Let me
No, I
see.
had
You had the Browns.
the Browns.
Yeah. Let me fix that. You have the Browns. I have Washington. And I could see the Browns going in there and winning because Washington's been playing so good. And it seems like a spot where they lose, and so the Eagles and Cowboys are not 2 games behind.
Yeah, I like the Browns. I think they start winning games. Nick Chubb's coming back. Um, yeah, I think this will be a good game for them. So bounce back game.
Yeah.
I think they're playing at home, right?
Uh, which one?
Browns are at home.
No, they're not. It's in Washington.
Mm,
That's why I
that's not a
picked
problem.
Washington.
Washington doesn't have any home fans. It's always a road game for them.
Yeah.
The visiting teams fans always travel well.
I mean, the fans might be coming out now because they're 3-1.
Hmm.
So just like in Miami where the Hurricane fans start coming out, but yeah, Washington is 3-1. If they win this one, they're 4-1 and they're 2 games up on the Eagles.
Washington's going to win the division. I just don't think they win this game, but I think they win the division.
Yeah, I think Washington is legit. I think Jalen Daniels is the real deal. I think he could be by the end of the year he could be the best quarterback in the division.
Yeah, we'll see. He's a good quarterback.
Yep. Right now, I think he's better than Jalen Hurts, but that's right now. I'm not saying overall, because Jalen Hurts is still a very good quarterback. He just needs to get his receivers back, and we'll see what happens after the bye. Let's see. Oh wait, yeah. So Bills and Texans. Um, this is the Deke's revenge game. That's it. I call it. Deke is playing his old team, not in Buffalo, but in Houston. But Stephon Diggs is playing his old team. This is going to be a good game. We both have the Texans winning here. I just think being in Houston and Diggs playing for Houston, I think this is where the Bills lose 2 straight, but they bounce back probably next week. Um, yeah, I have the Texans winning, but I could see the Bills winning, and I can see why they're the favorite.
Yeah, I had the Texans. I think they win because it's in Houston. The Bills. Well, hold on. Let me rethink. I might rethink my pick here. The Bills were just in. I think the Texans win, but they don't cover. The Texans are really bad at covering. I think they're the worst. They have the worst against the spread record. The Bills are coming off back-to-back road games where they did not cover in Baltimore, and you usually split those. But I
The
still
Bills
think
are the
Houston
favorite.
wins. Oh, the Bills are the favorite
Yeah,
in Houston?
according to ESPN Bet.
Really? Wow.
Unless it changed from when I did
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, I mean,
It
it's
could
pretty
have
much a
changed
pick
because it
'em.
was -1.
Yeah, at one point it's pretty much a pick 'em. We'll see what that closing line is. It'll be a really
It
close
could
game.
have flipped.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah,
Something
we
to
will have the
monitor.
Texans, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Bills actually came in and won because these two teams are evenly matched. I think, but I just think Diggs' revenge game, and he really wants to win this game. And I think he's I'll save that for later, but I think he kind of goes off. um, Next game, Raiders and Broncos, 2-2. Both teams are 2-2. Surprisingly, I thought these two teams would be like 1-4 by 1-3 by now, 1-3, but both teams are 2-2. This is an old school rivalry game. Um, they're not as bad. Neither team is as bad as people thought. I thought Denver was going to be really bad, but Bo Nix is actually not that bad. Their defense is not bad. Obviously, they only let 9 points against the Jets on the road. So, and the Raiders are the Raiders.
Yeah, I
Minshew,
don't trust the Raiders.
I have the Broncos winning because they're at home. And I think the Broncos are better than people think. I think their defense is really good.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
the
they're
Broncos
a little
too.
bit better than what people think. I don't think they're good. I just think the Raiders are really bad, and I think the Broncos are well coached. They have a better coach, and Bo Nix, I don't think he's that good, but he's a gamer at the end of the day. So
Yeah,
he's a dangerous quarterback.
yeah. He's he's like Jay. He's not better. He's not. I don't think he's the answer for the Broncos, but the Broncos have a history of drafting bad quarterbacks lately. They haven't had a good quarterback since I want to say Jake Plummer, because I think Jake Plummer was a good quarterback. I'm not missing anybody. Yeah, it was either unless you want to say John Elway, but I think Jake Plummer deserves that. He was a good quarterback for them. Was it Jake Plummer?
Um,
I don't know why Jake Plummer comes to mind.
yeah, you might be right.
Um, yeah, he played for them for 3 years. That might be the last good quarterback they've had. No, Peyton Manning. I don't forget about Peyton Manning.
Oh yeah. I mean, he wasn't that good. He wasn't that good when they were there, though. He
Yeah,
was
I mean they
pretty
won the Super
bad,
Bowl with
quite
him, but
honest.
that was defense.
Yeah.
But yeah, so if you want to go further back, your best quarterback was Jake Plummer. Because Peyton Manning wasn't Peyton Manning when he got to Denver, but he's still a name, so people are going to say Peyton Manning. I say Jake Plummer because Peyton Manning wasn't that good in Denver. He was good enough for them to win the Super Bowl. And then Sunday night football. You had the Cowboys and Steelers, an old school rivalry. Um, Here they met a couple times in Super Bowl in the '70s and one in the '90s, I think. Um, I think this is a spot. I know Cowboys had 10 days off, and the Steelers just lost going to Pittsburgh. I think the Cowboys lose. I don't think the Cowboys are that good. Um, I think beating the Giants is not impressive to me. Good for them. They beat the Giants. What we do. I think the Steelers win here and cover.
I do too. I do too. I don't. I just don't think this Cowboys are going to be good this year. Don't even think the Eagles are going to be good this year. I really think it's going to be Washington's division to lose come week 8, come week 8 or 9. I just don't think the Cowboys are that good.
Yeah. I don't think their defense is as good as last year. I don't think Prescott is as good as people make him out to be. As we said last week, he's a stat guy. And CD Lamb is their best receiver, is their best player, and he's not even having that great of a year. And they have no running game whatsoever.
Yeah.
Their running game is horrendous.
Yeah.
And when you're a one-dimensional team, it's gonna hurt you. It's like Michigan, and Michigan's a one-dimensional team. They only can run the ball, so you can't be one-dimensional in football because teams are gonna focus on that, and then you're gonna get killed.
Yep, I agree.
So we will have the Steelers covering and winning, and then Monday Night Football, the Saints and Chiefs. I have the Chiefs here. I mean, I have the Chiefs winning. I was going to have the Saints, but I realized it was in Kansas City. You have the Saints here.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the loss of Rasheed Rice, I think this is the perfect opportunity for a letdown game for Kansas City. I don't think the Saints lose back to back here, so especially at home. Or no, they're on the road.
Yeah,
Sorry. So,
yeah. I thought they were at home too, but
were
they're
they
it
in
was
they
an
were they
Arrowhead.
in
So
Atlanta? They were in Atlanta last week, right?
yeah,
Yeah, so they're not going to cover back-to-back games. So I think the Saints at least cover. We'll see if they win. I think they win, but I think they at least cover this game.
yeah. Um, Again, here, some betting advice: take the Saints first half. Take it until it loses. And it's been money, at least for me. The last 2 weeks, I took the Chiefs and I took the Falcons and Chargers, and it's paid off. So take the Saints. I know Chiefs are at home, but still, they don't usually cover at home. As you said, losing Rice is going to be key, and the Chiefs are just not a first half team. So
Yeah.
and bet them live. If you have a chance to bet them live, bet them live. Especially if it's like plus 200. But yeah, I think that's it for those games. Yeah, let's get to our MVPs. MVP, I have Derrick Henry. Um, I mean, he had 2 touchdowns. He won me some money, so of course I'm gonna have him my MVP. So, and you have Lamar Jackson, both from the same
Yeah.
team. So,
Yeah, either or. I think you had to give it to the either those two players in the Ravens, dominant performances by both. Um, just a masterclass by them. So Derrick
exactly.
Henry had 199 yards rushing. So
Yep. And I had Derrick Henry 2+ touchdown, and I had him get the first touchdown. So I had to pick him as my. He won me double money. So,
hmm
huh?
Yep, I agree.
What's next? Our power ranking from last week and yours. And this week, I have the Vikings, Chiefs. Ravens, Bills, and Lions. I just think the Vikings have been very impressive, so I think they deserve to be number one. And then the Chiefs are the Chiefs. Ravens with their dominant performance. I still have the Bills here because that was expected loss, but I thought it was going to be a closer game. To be honest, I didn't think it was going to be a total domination. But and then the Lions won on Sunday night, won on Monday night, good win against a good crowd, against a good team in the Seahawks. And yeah, and here's yours. You have the Chiefs, Ravens, Bills, Lions, and Vikings. So I think we have the same 5 teams, but just different order.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to put the undefeated team first. I mean, obviously the Vikings are undefeated as well, but one team is the reigning Super Bowl champ and one team looked terrible last year. So I still think the Vikings are legit, but they're a little bit lower on power rankings this year or this week.
Yep.
Ravens, obviously dominant performance. Bills, still a really good team. Lions, dominant performance against a really good Seattle team. So
Yep. And I can understand why you put the Vikings last. But the Vikings are underperform. Yeah, they're overperforming.
yeah.
And our fantasy players, here we go. I have Stefan Day going off against his old team. I think he's been waiting for this game. Um, I think he wants to show off because that's the kind of receiver he is. And I think CJ is going to throw it to him often. But I think the Bills are going to be ready for him. But I think he goes off. Yeah, Mike Evans tomorrow night.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good matchup. Um, I think they're playing Falcons, right?
Yep.
I think AJ Terrell will be on him, but I just think he'll go off again. He's been red hot lately. Good connections with Baker Mayfield. I think the Bucks win. I think Mike Evans is a good play. So
Yeah, I like that pick. I might choose him as getting 2 touchdowns tomorrow. So we added the Thursday night best bet and then our other best bet. I have Bijan getting 2 touchdowns. Who did you have? I forgot to add it. You have
I had
the
the
Bucks spread.
Bucks spread.
Yeah. You have the Bucks covering. And that. And then minus 2.5. Oh, the Buccaneers are favorite. The Falcons are the favorite.
Yeah, I think the Bucks cover.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. They had the Bucks covering. And then our week 1 bets, week 5 bets. We originally both had Jets money line, but I changed mine to Steelers 2.5. I thought that was funny that we both had the Jets. Or as our bets.
Yeah.
But I think that's it. Any final thoughts before we get out of here?
Nope. Nope. Good episode again. Look forward to seeing what happens this week. Look forward to
Yep.
just enjoying football this week and not having to worry about the Eagles. So,
Exactly, because we have the Phillies on Saturday.
yep, let's go. And Sunday.
Yep. We have play Red October's here, baby.
Yep.
Later, Chris.
All right, we'll talk later. See you later. Bye.
Later. So I'll do some plugs before we get out of here. Let's do my buddy Easy Bet. He does college football. He'll drop in his picks today. He dropped his NFL Thursday night pick yesterday, and then MLB wildcard series yesterday too. He does a really good job, and then he does he'll do his NFL picks probably tomorrow. So subscribe to him, listen to him live. He does his live shows every 3 times a week. So listen to them. And then Wrestling Through the Years, this week we'll be doing Bad Blood 1997 with this was Clemens' pick, so Clemens will be on. Clemens, myself, Doug, and Daniel. That'll be Sister Eastern Time on Wrestling Through the Years YouTube channel. So subscribe to that. Subscribe to When Teams Combine channel with myself and Doug every Saturday. This week he'll be debuting his movie script. So volume 1, I think it's called Toon City. I forgot the name of the first one. We'll announce that on Friday. And then Sunday, Stabcast. I think Mindy and Daniel will be back. They were off this week. And then Rose Down, Daniel and Bobby, they did a show yesterday, I think. Yeah, yesterday. But they usually do it on Monday, so check them out. All good shows. Check those out. And I'll see you later. And I just dropped the college football picks I had. I did the show before I went live here, so check that out. And I might drop a short for game 2s today for that wild card series. For the MLB playoffs, my favorite time of the year. I love baseball, so I love this time of the year. Got my Phillies, Red October, Saturday, 4 o'clock. Most likely it's gonna be against the Mets, so that's gonna be a great series. Yeah. And see you next week.